OK, I'm joined now by Janey Lee Grace, author of the Imperfectly Natural series of books. Her latest, in fact, I don't even think it's out yet, is the Imperfectly Natural Woman pocketbook. What are you going to do for us, though, this morning? Well, really just try and convince you that you do not have to spend a lot of money on skincare products. And, in fact, you really shouldn't, because they're really terrible for your skin. I know that sounds complete... Are they bad for the planet? Yes, they really are bad for the planet. You know, they're chock full, many of them, of potentially toxic synthetic chemicals. Now, of course, all chemicals are tested safe. I'm not daft enough to say they're not. No one bottle of anything is going to contribute to headaches and asthma and even cancer or Alzheimer's. But the accumulative effect of the thousands of potentially different chemicals, when they react together, that's the problem that we're going to have. People just don't know what's what. So we don't know what's what in terms of our health, and absolutely in terms of the planet. I read Think about what you're flushing down the sink, the rivers and the seas. That your average woman consumes into her body something like 2 kilograms of cosmetics per year. Yes, it's quite scary. And, you know, some of that's lipstick, so you might be kissing it off. Yeah. So you're not, you know, averse either. And also men. I mean, male grooming products have gone hugely up. You know, of course, guys want to look good too. And you just, you know, you can't get everything right. You can't necessarily be perfect. That's why my books are called Imperfectly Natural. But there's so much you can do to save lots of money. Well, let's see if we can do some here. 0207 173 5555 is the number if you'd like a word with Janey. Got an email here from Ken. Hi, Janey. My month-old baby has spots on her face and has dry skin. She's been checked by the doctor and nothing dangerous is present. But what can we do to help? And I know you mentioned you've got some dry skin things. Anything we can make? Let's make something while we talk. Right. I mean, you know, the really simple thing is oatmeal. This is just oatmeal or rolled oats, if you like. And just that alone, if you... It's probably going to be terribly messy, but if you just got a few oats, that's a really fantastic exfoliating scrub for your face. Completely natural, 100% natural. Oats are really soothing and they absorb excess oil. So for anyone, babies or women or men, that's just a lovely kind of facial, if you like, scrub. And I suppose if you use milk, you could have it as part of your breakfast as well, could you? Well, you could, but I mean, don't introduce dairy in case if it's eczema, but you could do. But then if you pop a bunch of rolled oats or oatmeal again into... I've got a little bag here. It kind of looks like that when it all looks beautiful, with a few sprigs of fresh lavender. But just to show you how simple it is, I'm going to bung it in a little muslin bag. But actually, what works just as well as a thin sock, like a pop sock. It just
clean,
doesn't look... A clean one would be nice. It would be nice. But it's exactly the same deal. So you've just got a little bag. I mean, you can just stick it straight into your bath water if you want to. But if you put it in a bag, the added advantage... Oops, she says throwing it everywhere... is that what this does, look, it just makes the water lovely and milky when you pour enough water through it, warm water as well, and then you can literally use that as a bar of soap. So effectively, you don't use any soap at all. You feel a bit like Cleopatra bathing in milk, and it just makes it cloudy and milky. It's fantastic if you've got itchy skin, dry skin, irritated skin, and you don't need anything else. If you want to add a few sprigs of lavender, as this one's got some lavender in, or indeed a couple of drops of lavender oil, it will smell beautiful, and you've just got a lovely kind of Cleopatra-style bath. That muslin's not particularly thin, so it's not as cloudy as it should be. But if you just get a pop sock, literally, and pour it through, and porridge oats,
just leave it in the bath.
Just leave it in the bath, absolutely. And it's one of the best things you can possibly do. For babies, the other thing is, of course, is olive oil. Just a tiny bit of regular olive oil or hemp oil or jojoba oil, just ordinary olive oil. Manuka honey or any honey, a spoonful of honey, is really soothing and antibacterial. There are so many things, really basic things that are in your kitchen cupboards that you can put onto your skin before you use any kind of chemicals. In fact, with new babies, I would say avoid putting anything on their skin at all. Do not put anything chemical, and be careful of the water as well, because it's full of chlorine.
A question from me, right? Because I've just run out. Shampoo. Now, I heard word you can do a homemade shampoo.
Absolutely. I mean, make your own. I mean, buy your own. If you're going to buy shampoo, make it 100% natural. If you're going to make shampoo, then a really easy thing to do is just use fruit pulp or tea, regular herbal teas, if you want to make rinses. Are you with me? So if you had, like, chamomile tea, that would make a really good rinse. But for the actual shampoo, you're going to want some kind of detergent. So the only way you're going to get really foaming detergent is for using something like soap nuts to do it really easy. So we've got
some soap nuts. Like the things we do with the washing?
Absolutely.
The good old soap nuts.
So you can boil up a bunch of soap nuts. You know that we can use this as a detergent for your washing machine, but you can simmer some on the hob. Now, don't make the mistake of thinking you can eat it, because they're half stink. But you can add a couple of drops of essential oil, like lavender, or a couple of drops of tea tree oil. Just sort of whisk it up a bit, and then you've got the best and cheapest detergent you will ever find
behind. They've been used in India and Nepal for thousands of years for washing, and we're just so far behind here.
Okay.
A massive bag will cost you about £5, so it will last you literally forever.
And where do you get them from, a health food shop?
Sadly, most shops don't have them, but you can get them online. It's all in the book or on my website. Ethics Trading is one small company in a soap nutshell.
Enough from me. Let's throw it open to you guys at home. Amy, who's on the line first, please?
OK, our first caller is Stephanie on line 1.
Morning, Stephanie.
Hi.
Hi there. What's your question for Janey?
Hi, Janey. I was just wondering, I get really dry hands in winter, and hand creams just seem to make it more and more dry.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with most hand creams, as with most other moisturisers, is that it's petroleum-based, and we think that that's protecting us, but actually that's the worst thing we can do. So the best thing is coconut oil for really any body moisturiser. It's the cheapest and best tip you'll ever hear. You won't forget this one. This is the one that I recommend, coconut oil. It's organic, it's virgin coconut oil, and what happens is you'll find that if you touch that now, Matthew, it solidifies in cold temperatures, so it's a bit like white lard. But as soon as you put a tiny bit into your hands and rub it together, it turns to oil.
I'm sorry, I was just sniffing it because I just had this idea that we're all going to walk around stinking, and actually it hardly smells at all. No,
virgin coconut oil hardly smells at all, literally. So you literally use coconut oil. If you want to make a kind of exfoliating scrub,
it even feels like a hand cream.
It does. But if you want to make it even more like a treatment for your hands, then a bit of oatmeal, as I've already discussed, a bit of honey, maybe a tiny bit of sea salt if you want an exfoliating scrub. And, you know, oatmeal, honey, coconut oil, they're all really basic general ingredients.
Can you just tell them I no longer have dishwash hands?
Look at that. That's just so soft. You see, the coconut oil's done it instantly.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you for that, Stephanie. The PA has just showed it through my ear. She says cleansers. What kinds of cleansers have you got?
Well, yeah, interestingly enough, again, it's pretty much anything you can eat, you can put on your skin. So, you know, fruit pulps will make a fabulous treatment. If you want just a basic cleanser to remove your makeup, believe it or not, olive oil, just the tiniest bit of olive oil will remove makeup. And I really do mean a tiny bit. Even eye makeup, so just a tiny bit on a bit of cotton wool or even a tissue.
Olive oil?
Olive oil will remove your makeup, a very tiny amount.
OK.
You can also, of course, use toners, such as a mix of rose water and witch hazel, which you can get made up in the chemist, or just rose water on its own will do the job. Again, chamomile tea, a weak solution of chamomile tea with a tiny bit of honey, tiny bit of lavender oil, is a cleanser for everything. In fact, if you've got a baby, don't ever use baby wipes. Well, apart from for getting felt pen off the wall, because they're full of scary chemicals. Use your own nappy wash, if you like, your own bum wipe, effectively, for anything you like.
OK, time is running on. Let's see if we get another call in, please, Amy.
OK, our next caller then is Anne on line 4.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What would you like to know from Janey?
It's really regarding my young son who has infantile eczema, and we have sometimes to use the hydrocortisone cream on his skin, which we tend not to use unless it's quite aggravated.
Sure.
And also he then has a 50-50 paraffin mix, which goes on really as a moisturiser. However, it continues to flare, it continues to be itchy.
And I've got to jump in because time is running out. Some with mild eczema.
Very briefly, I would say look at the holistic picture, because eczema is a tricky one, of course, and I don't claim to be a doctor, but I would say look holistically. Think also about what you're washing the clothing in, because that's really important, because there's detergent on there, harsh detergents. Think about what you eat, dairy, allergies and stuff, and think about the water. I don't have it with me today, but I have shown in the past a dechlorination ball that removes 100% of the chlorine, and for people with eczema, it really helps. And then think about natural creams.
There's so much to talk about and never enough time to do it. My hands feel fantastic, though. For that alone,
it's been
worth it.
You look gorgeous, that's the main thing.
And I hope your son gets better or feels better soon. No more time for any more of your calls. Thank you for getting through. If you need more information, Janey's website, imperfectlynatural.com, has loads of stuff worth having a look at. And as for you, Janey, we'll see you back here very soon. Yeah, tomorrow's Strictly's Camilla Dallarot joins the panel. Financial whiz Lawrence Gold is doing more advice for anyone out there worried about their cash. And we'll have a look at some of your pictures of the snow. Send them in now. See you tomorrow at 9. Bye for now.